Good morning, sports fans. This is George with Custom Tied Flies and Guide Service. And this is a tutorial on custom tied Mini Fluffybou. So, excuse me, this is what it looks like when it's done. It starts off with Gamakatsu B10S, and I'm going to put the ingredients in the description like I usually do. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. The weight in it, I'm going to put some weight in the body, and then it's also going to have some lead eyes. So I'm using Hareline 0.02 lead wire, and I'm using 8 wraps of that. Which actually, with your tag in, could end up being 9 or 10. And I got those wraps on there. I'm just going to push them back out of the way. Then I got some yellow Hareline painted lead eyes. Got some Danville Flymaster 140D in black. And you're going to put these on as if you were putting like on a clouser. So if you think about it, it's one eye length behind the eye, and you just turn it over. And I'm going to take 5 wraps. Sometimes it'll slip on you that way, and then I'm going to take 5 the other way. Okay, then I'm going to do 3 X's. Then I'm going to do 3 wraps this way. And then I'm going to do 3 fraps this way. All right, now we slide the lead up behind the eyes. And we take one long securing wrap and then build a little thread dam. And then wrap some thread there, back and forth a little bit. You don't necessarily have to mummify it, but cut check tag end down. All right, and then you're going to come forward. You're going to whip that. You're going to paint that with head cement or Sally Hansen's Hard as Nails. And you're going to sit that off to cure. Once it's cured, it's going to look like this. Okay, then You're going to use Nature's Spirit Premium Buggerbou. There you go. And you want 2, and just put them like back to back. Break those fibers down so you have a tail as if you would on a woolly booger. A little better than a shank length long. And I forgot to start my thread back on. Had to give me a break, man. It's early. Take a couple securing wraps here. And you're going to bring these back. Hold them back up out of the way. Get you some securing wraps up behind the eye or eyes. And you can snip that off. And don't throw those away because you're going to use them in the next step. And take a cross wrap over the eye, and that gets this little piece here snugged down. Next is your ice wing, Hareline ice wing, and you're just gonna grab a few fibers, lay them on the thread, and just wrap them across the thread, and they go in. Just bring them down the body, and you want those to go extend past the tail by a little bit. Take a couple more X wraps around the eyes. All right. Now, with these premium Buggerbous, you get some that have a short stem and some that have a long stem. So you want to find those with the long stem so that you got more marabou to wrap with. If you use one with a short stem, you're just going to end up putting it back on there or getting another one. Take that up and then bring the thread up in front of the eyes. Then take your hackle pliers. You want to get rid of this little under feather because you can save those because you can use those on, like smaller bugs. Break these fibers back and you're going to palmer this up. Because you want the fibers to overlap, but you also don't want to build a bunch of bulk. Make sure that those fibers are stroked back real well. And you're going to end this part right behind the eye. You're going to end up snipping a pretty thick stem right behind the eye, so you want to try to get it in the middle of the two eyes. And take a couple wraps, like one or two behind and one or two in front, and then you can get down in there. And really, you see that stem sticking up there? You can get in there really and take it down a little better, at least to where you can get a wrap or two of thread in on it. All right, next, you're going to do a dubbing loop. Put your turbo twister in there. Just kind of hang that off to the side for now. Now those that you used earlier, see that as a short, just rake those fibers back. You got a clip, just slide the clip down over top. Then you're going to want some long handled or long tip scissors and just snip that as close to the stem as you can. And now you can use that other side of stem for something else. You're going to pull these fibers out so that your dubbing loop will catch them. Make sure that your dubbing loop is open all the way up to behind the eyes. You can stick your finger in there and kind of widen that out so you can get your put your clip on with the thread about 1/4 of an inch up, and then pull tension on it and slide your clip out. And that didn't work. Try again. You got to make sure that you catch these fibers. There we go. And then you can slide those up to right behind the eye. And sometimes you need a little more than that, so you get the other half. Put the clip on it, just like the other one. Snip that stem free. Do the same thing. Bring those up. All right. Now that you got your fibers in the way you want them, give that turbo twister a spin. And whoop. And get your hackle pliers on that thread. And you can cut that excess thread off. Now you want to do the same thing here. You're just going to wind it forward, obviously, but you're going to stroke those fibers back. Try to get a couple behind, and then take one over top of the eye, just one. You don't have to do an X. Might be helpful to wet your fingers a little bit. You can stroke that marabou back out of the way. Catch it behind the eye. Snip that. Pull it out of the way. Stroke these back. Alrighty then. Now you can take some thin UV resin, or you can use head cement if you want. You can apply it with a needle, you can apply it with a spout. This Solarez that I'm using comes in a container and has a little brush to it, so in my opinion it makes it a little easier to apply accurately. But of course that opinion may or may not be shared by others. Hit it with a light. So this particular streamer, I fish a fair amount of ponds because I live in eastern, southern, coastal part of North Carolina, and being on the coastal plain, which we are, we have no gradient to any of the water, so we just get ponds in the ocean. I mean, sure there's some lakes, but not many. Anyway, so it's no secret that black woolly booger is effective, and you know, I have the black flash bunny, and I have the black CT bunny streamer. So instead of bunny, I'm using marabou essentially. But when this breaks down in the water, when you pull it forward, it'll do this, and when you pause, it opens back up. And of course, with the weight where it is, it's going to invert. Okay. So the way it's going to ride with the point up and the nose down. So when you pull it, it's going to jerk up this way, and you can't see it. So now you can see it. It's going to ride with the point up and the nose down. So when you pull it, it's going to jerk up, and then when you pause, it's going to settle. And when you jerk up, these are going to do this. And when you pause, these are going to fly back out, and it's going to settle. So if you fish these with a slow, like a 4-count strip, and then a pause, they'll be very effective. So I'm going to take these out later today and fish them in my pond. And I'll put up my results later today. So again, this is George with Custom Tide Flies and Guide Service. You can find this and other fish catching bugs on my website at www.custom-tide.com. And that's custom-tide.com. Have a splash. Don't forget the dash. And you can also find more stuff on my YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe. I try to put these bugs up so that you can get a look at them, get ideas, what have you. So, happy tying.